Right, good morning everyone. And so yesterday's job, which on EVA was disconnecting the gearbox and everything, which has all been done now. So quick update on it all and what we've done. I'll start with dog now. She's rocking around in the trees. So yeah, quick update, which we actually didn't film this bit. There were nowhere to put it. It was just a bit of a rush to get it off. We only had a few hours to do it all, so we just cracked on and got it done. So there were alternator on EVA, which I wanted because it's only been on for a little while. No idea when the one on the new Honda has been changed. So disconnected all the front, took the radiator off and blah blah blah, just to make it easier because it's all coming off anyway. Disconnected the alternator, easy peasy. And then next was the gearbox, which is obviously connected to the engine, and we have to disconnect the gearbox mount and the engine mount at the back side, and disconnect all the prop shafts and stuff, and then get the bolts out. So what I did was we put a jack underneath the engine mount on the back side of it, because obviously you need the subframe out and it connects it to the subframe. So we took that out and I put the jack underneath that just to hold it up. And the next job was to just put another pump jack, another hydraulic jack, just underneath that end of the gearbox, just so it didn't, fall out that way, because it's up off the ground. It's not like crazy high though. But the hardest bit was getting in and around it all, because we're so close to the bloody ground to disconnect it. So disconnected all of that, and then we started giving it a wiggle and pulling it out, and then eventually we got our lad to jump up on top of the car, put a strap around the engine and hold it up just to take the weight, just while I give it a shimmy out, and then it would just sort of hanging in on there up on the box. But like I say, because we didn't have so much clearance underneath, the cars get stripped anyway, we took the shocks off and everything just to give us enough room in that archway, because it's got to come out the passenger side archway. So yeah, shimmied it out once he had the weight, and then I slowly started lowering the hydraulic jack down just enough to get it down, and then sat it on 2 bits of wood, and then we just like shimmied it out from the thing, hoisted it into the back of the car, took it to the garage. Right, so game plan from now is to get him to fit all the different bits, because obviously the subframe's got to come off, so he's going to have a look at the clutch. Makes sense to put a new clutch on it while he's under there. So new clutch, gearbox off this one, which is absolutely fine by the way. And we also had a turbo that had only been on for a couple of months off the original engine. It's just been wrapped up and cleaned, waiting for its chance to pop out and go on another car, another Honda, when the time comes. So now is the time. So we're going to get the new alternator on it. We've got a brand new battery to put on it. It's going to have the gearbox off EVA on it. It's going to have a brand new clutch, and we're going to get him to fit the turbo. And I basically took it all to the garage and said, this is it. While subframe's off and you've got easier access than normal, because you won't take all that off to do a turbo. Because the problem with the turbo on the Hondas is they're like the back of the engine, like right at they're a pain in the arse to get to. There's no room to work. So that's where that's going, and it just makes sense to do it while the subframe's off, because it does give you that easier access to do it. So I've asked him to do all that, and I've basically just said to him, look, it's with you now, it's in your hands, you take care of it, and I'll just bloody hear from you when I hear from you. It is what it is. And as soon as he rings me and tells me it's ready, as soon as it's ready, I'm going to try and get more stuff off EVA, strip down as much as I can, get all the parts off that I want, or stuff that's salvageable or worth selling, etc. And we will... What are you doing? All the bits that are salvageable, I'll keep or sell or whatever, and then it's done. And then as soon as I've got as much off it as I can, and he says the other Honda's ready to pick up, once the other one's ready to pick up, scrap man will be wrong, and he'll come and take the shell and the engine from the Honda. Yeah, so that's that. So we are left now with the Citroen, and we are going to take that on holiday. That is where we're going, so I'll be filming a few bits of that. But before we do that, repairs need to be made on the Citroen. Nothing major, just a few bits to change that I want to make sure so nothing goes while we are while we are on the road. So that's tonight's job, and I will see you guys probably back at the car. Yay! Right, gang. Part 2 of the update. Like, obviously we are here, and I've already done the Citroen, so I didn't see you at the car like I said I was going to, because it were a mad rush. Guy came from down the street, and missus were there, kids were there helping. Yeah, so update, we've done everything that we needed to do. You know, CV joint, ball joint, it were for some reason just bloody French cars. They've all got different sizes and different tools, and everything else was a normal bolt and normal nut head and things like that. And then the ones to take the calipers off, because we were doing the pads and stuff like that. I know you don't need to take that off, but we wanted to have a look at the ABS sensor and the other ball joints and stuff. Take the disc off, which would have been easier when we were doing the CV joint and stuff like that than taking the entire hub off. But we couldn't take just the disc off because for some reason on the calipers, to hold the caliper to the frame, they use a star-shaped socket, which I didn't have, and I didn't want to round them off by trying something I didn't have, and we didn't have time to bugger off and go and get a different piece for it. So we are just out now with the tribe, and yeah, we didn't have time for that, so we just left that, and we actually took the hub off, and we did it gently and got the ball joint out, which is perfect condition and things like that. So yeah, so I didn't obviously film that. We did all that. We tried to be careful as we could with the things. We ended up adding more jobs and stress to the list. So we did the CV joint, and we tried to jack it up on an angle so that none of the gearbox oil actually fell out. But a little bit had leaked out when we did the CV joint, and the axle must have come out just a little bit too far when we were wiggling it. So we had to get some gearbox oil and sort that out. Another job to the list. But that's all done now. She's fine, rocking and rolling. Yeah, she's good to go. Top box is on her. We've wired up the cameras for the back. Just we didn't want to go so far. We are actually having proper cameras, and we had proper cameras in EVA. The Citroen, by the way, is called Sophia. Little girl chose that, so yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, so she's now got a nice reversing cameras in it. Not that we need it for that, but it's just nice to have the cameras in there because they are the dash cams. And what are you guys doing? It's always nice to have all that stuff in when we're going on a trip. So now she's sorted out, we bought a spare alloy because they don't come with one. They don't have one at all. So we've got one of them. That's going in the boot. Tent's all sorted. All the bits are sorted. All that's left to do now is pack up. Oh, Christ. Is to pack up and get on the trip. So yeah. Next time you see me, we'll be setting off and we will be going on the road eventually. So we have like trips planned. So we're going to Skye, got a few places to explore, Old Manor Store, do all the touristy stuff, get in the way of all the locals, and we'll see that. So stay tuned for that, and I will be back with another update at some point, probably.